Last weekend, I was out of my normal range a little bit and I stopped at the Pewaukee Card Show. And I started to think as I traveled through the show, do local card shows really matter anymore? Or is it all just everything digital? Well, as I walked through that event and explored what I could find and met some people, I had some thoughts that I thought I would share this week. Welcome to my so called card life, an inside look at the life of a low end card reseller, brought to you by JC3 Cards and Collectibles, a premier reseller of trading cards available today on eBay, Collects, and whatnot. Whether you're looking to fill out that new set or just rekindle memories with one of your favorite players from your favorite teams. Let JC3 Cards and Collectibles help you find that card you're looking for and provide fast, secure delivery straight to your door. Hey everyone, welcome back to my so-called card life. I'm Charlie Jarnig, and today we're diving into a topic that's near and dear to my heart: local card shows. You know, sometimes when we're all caught up in eBay listings, TCGPlayer searches, and watching auctions tick by, it's easy to forget the magic of showing up in person. Last weekend, I went to the Pewaukee Card Show, and honestly, I walked out with more than just a couple of cool cards. In fact, I walked out with a box of pretty cool cards. But I also walked out with some stories, a new connection, and a reminder that there's something special about being at a card show in person. So today, we're talking about why local card shows still matter, especially in a world where online marketplaces seem to dominate. We'll cover everything from scoring deals and meeting collectors to building your network and even having some plain old good fun. So stick around because I promise, even if you've never been to a show, you'll get a sense of why these events are really worth your time even today. First up, let's talk about why local shows are personal. For me, a card show isn't just a place to buy or sell cards, it's a community. You walk in and you start seeing familiar faces. In fact, at our recent show we visited in Pewaukee, which was more than an hour and a half from my house and a show I've never gone to before, I almost immediately ran into a familiar face. You chat with the same sellers week after week, and over time, you start to recognize collectors who share your interests. I remember a show a few months back. I was hunting for some Brewers rookies that I needed for a family request, and I ended up talking to a dealer who gave me a tip on another seller that had separated all their Brewers and had a good selection. And I didn't just leave with the cards I was looking for after that. I left with a connection that helped me spot deals for months afterwards if I was looking for cards of that type. And that's something that online just can't replicate. Sure, eBay will show you a card for the right price, but it won't give you the story behind it or the chance to trade a card and walk away with a friend's advice and insight. In fact, one of my favorite things these days is I've worked with a specific dealer enough that he knows that I am a Marvin the Martian collector. I know, a little bit of a niche, but that's what I like. And that dealer, from our conversations, week in, week out, month in, month out. He knows that I collect Marvin the Martian, and he often has a source to get a lot of Marvin the Martian, and he brings them specifically with me in mind. You're building that personal connection. A buyer or seller starts to know each other and starts to put things aside with certain people in mind and makes the journey, first of all, quicker, more efficient, but second, more valuable because you're doing it with people you know. Next, let's talk strategy and why shows are still a gold mine for smart buyers. One thing I've noticed over the years, some of the best deals never make it online. Sellers bring cards they've had sitting around, hoping to move them quietly, and if you're there in person, you can spot those undervalued gems before anyone else. Negotiation is another big plus. Online, prices feel rather fixed, but at a local show, you can bundle cards, you can haggle a little bit, and then often walk away paying less than what you'd spend on eBay after shipping. I once walked out of a show with a multi card stack that ended up selling online for more than twice what I paid. Shows also give you an early glimpse at trends. Sellers often test the waters with new releases or cards they think are hot. If you're paying attention, you can spot demand shifts before they hit the wider market. And don't forget multi card deals. Just like online, stacking multiple cards into a single purchase can save you money and make it easier to justify some of those higher value trades. It's a simple tactic, but it works especially well in person, where you can see the whole stack and talk directly to the seller about pricing. Beyond the deals, local shows are networking gold. You meet other sellers, collectors, and sometimes even store owners who can give you insider advice. Building relationships with the same sellers consistently can make a huge difference. They start thinking of you when rare cards come in. Sometimes they'll even reach out before listing online. Collectors you meet can also teach you what's in demand locally. Sometimes a card that's worth about $10 online might be flying off the shelves at your local show. And knowing that helps you plan your own buying and selling strategies. And let's not forget the experience itself. Local shows have a vibe that you just can't capture online. There's the chatter, the excitement of flipping through a binder, kids discovering their first card, raffles going on, and just the simple joy of being around people who share your hobby. I know a lot of people say, I can just buy online. And yeah, that works. But nothing beats the thrill of pulling that card you've been hunting for out of a stack in someone's hands and actually paying cash for it on the spot. That's an experience, one that's contagious and addictive in the best way. And that's what memories are made of. All right, before we get to the end here today, let's take a moment to look at a few tips to make the most of your local shows. Number one, prep ahead of time. Know what you're looking for or looking to sell. If you need to, bring a list. Whether a buyer or a seller, come with a plan in mind. Number two, clear pricing, flexible negotiation. If you're coming to sell, label your cards clearly, but leave room to haggle. If you're coming to buy, understand the market and how much you're willing to spend. Number three, relationships matter. Talk to the same sellers often and become a familiar, trusted face at the show. And number four, bundle smartly. Make that stack attack because those multi-card purchases save money and simplify trades, just like on eBay, for both seller and buyer. Remember, even small tweaks like these can make a big difference, especially if you're trying to grow as a collector or a seller. So, to wrap it all up, local card shows matter because they're about more than just cards. They're about a community, finding great deals, building relationships, spotting trends, and having fun in a way that online just can't match. Even if you're mostly an online buyer or seller, I really encourage you to check out a show near you. You might leave with a card, a story, or even a new friend. And that's what makes the hobby truly special. If you've got a favorite local card show story, we would love to hear it. Drop it in the comments or tag me on social media so we can share some of these experiences. Thanks for tuning in to my so-called card life. Catch you next time, and remember, cards are more than what you see online. Sometimes the magic is in the hunt, in the conversation, and in the show itself.